Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are going to get right into the heart of English communication by mastering the three basic sentence types. If you can get these right, you'll be able to express yourself clearly and confidently. So let's just jump right in. So let me ask you something. Do you ever kind of hesitate when you're trying to ask a question versus just making a statement? You pause and you're not totally sure if the word order's right. If that sounds like you, hey, don't worry about it. By the end of this, you're going to be handling these structures like a pro. All right, let's start with the foundation, the real building block of all communication, the affirmative sentence. You can think of this as just the default way of talking. It's how we share facts, tell people what we think, and describe what's happening.
So at its heart, an affirmative sentence is really just a statement. It's you saying something is true or that something is happening. It's the most basic, straightforward way to get an idea across.
Okay, let's break this down. It's actually a really predictable pattern. We start with the subject, that's who or what the sentence is about. Then you have the auxiliary verb, which is like a little helper for the main verb, the action word. And finally, the complement just finishes the thought, and the period at the end says, we're done. Let's see how this works in a real sentence. She has finished her homework. Here, she is our subject. Has is the helping verb, and finished is the main action. And her homework? Well, that's just the rest of the story. See? Simple. And here's another one, this time with a name. Ollie is playing all time. Just like before, Ollie is our subject. He's the one doing the playing. This just goes to show you that it doesn't matter if the subject is a pronoun like she or a name like Ali, the structure stays exactly the same. Now, two quick but super important rules to remember. Capitalization. First, always start your sentences with a capital letter. Always. And second, proper names, like Ali, also get a capital letter no matter where they are in the sentence. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference. All right, you've got the basics down. Ready to switch things up a bit? Let's look at how to make a sentence negative. And the best part is, you've already done most of the work. We're just adding one tiny little thing. Just take a look at this. On the left, we've got our good old affirmative sentence. And on the right, the negative version. Can you spot the difference? Yep, it's just that one little word, not. All you have to do is put it right after the auxiliary verb, and you've completely changed the sentence's meaning. Seriously, think of not as the magic word. You just pop it in right after that helping verb, and bam, you've flipped the sentence from a yes to a no. It's a super simple move, but it has a massive impact. Let's see it in action. If you say, he did see, that's one thing. But just add not right after did, and you get, he did not see. The meaning is completely flipped just because of that one little word. Now, when you're actually talking to people, you're going to hear contractions all the time, right? Like haven't instead of have not. It just makes your speech flow better, but don't let that fool you. The rule is exactly the same. That "ent" is just not in disguise, attached right on to the auxiliary verb. Okay, so we can make statements and we can make them negative. Now it's time to get curious. Let's talk about how to ask questions. And guess what? You already have all the pieces you need. We're just going to shuffle them around a bit. It's kind of like a little switcheroo. In a statement, the subject is first in line, but for a question, the auxiliary verb cuts to the front. It moves to the very beginning, the subject follows it, and that period at the end, it becomes a question mark. For example, let's take the statement, you do eat the banana. To turn that into a question, we just grab do and move it to the front. Do you eat the banana? And of course, you add that question mark to show you're asking something. Let's try another one, just to make sure it sticks. The statement is, they are drinking water. To make it a question, what do? That's right, we move are to the front. Are they drinking water? It's that simple swap that turns a statement into a conversation. All right, it's time to put it all together. We're going to take one single sentence and watch it transform through all three forms, affirmative, negative, and question. This is really where it's all going to click into place. So here's our starting point, a simple affirmative sentence. You did go out. It's a clear, direct statement. A fact, no questions asked. Now for step one, let's make it negative. We just take our magic word, not, and slide it in right after did. And now we have, you did not go out. Just like that, the meaning is completely flipped.
And for the final transformation, the question. We do that little switcheroo, did moves to the front, and we add a question mark at the end. Now it says, did you go out? So look at that. We went from a statement to a denial and then to a question, all using the same basic parts.
And there you have it. Those are the 3 pillars of English sentences. With these really simple but powerful tools, you can express pretty much any idea, ask any question, and have a conversation with confidence. So now it's your turn.